you guys, welcome back to my channel. It's me Kagem. Today I'm really excited to do this hot topic video I'm calling the luxury prism of wanting everyone to be like you. I am so excited for this topic. It's something which I've been thinking about for months now. I just want to kind of share my thoughts. I can't wait to hear what you think. So yeah, without further ado, let's jump into the video. So this was actually inspired by a conversation a friend and I were having, and she was telling me about how she feels like people have been treating her really differently since her lifestyle has improved and she's been making more money in her career. She's been doing really, really well in her job. She just bought a Benz. Okay, she just bought a house, so she bought a Mercedes Benz. She's been doing fantastic. I'm really, really happy for her. And she was saying how she noticed that people were changing around her. This reminds me of something Nicki Minaj, one of my favorite artists, as you guys know, I'm a Bob. She famously said many years ago, sometimes it's not you who changes, it's the people around you who change. And I agree. And my friend was basically just saying, ever since she bought the Benz, she feels like people feel like she needs to pay for everything. She's a very generous person. When we go out, I'll pick up the tab, she'll pick up the tab. We're very similar in that regard, and that's something which I love about her. But she was saying that she was starting to notice that she was the one who was paying for like going out to drinks with friends and dinners all of the time. And finally things came to a head, and she was asking for my advice about a confrontation that happened between her and a group of other people. I have her permission to share the story, obviously. And her friends were basically saying, well, you can afford it, you know, you have this really nice Benz, but you're being really stingy and you don't want to like pay for going out. And I was quite shocked by this, because I think it's fine, like I said, like if we, let's say like you go out with friends, it's fine to pick up the tab once, and then the next time you go out, your friend picks up the tab. I think that's fine, because everything kind of evens, you know, itself out. But I thought it was really interesting that they felt so entitled to her money because she's doing really well. She worked hard for that car. She worked so hard for that house, and she worked so hard for it. So I think she deserves it. I think it was fantastic that, you know, she's indulging in things that really show her success, because she works so hard for it and she has nothing to apologize for. And when we were talking about this, I was, you know, giving her advice and just things of what I would do if I was in this situation. And it kind of reminded me about things I've seen on luxury influencers pages. And this is what I was telling her. I was like, luxury influencers kind of go through these kind of growing pains as well. Because what will happen with a lot of influencers is they start off as like affordable fashion influencers, and then they become luxury influencers because they're making so much money. So maybe they start off shopping at Zara, ASOS, and H&M. That is fine. I love those three high street girls as well. Mango too. And then because they're making a lot of bread, they then start buying big H, big C, and so on and so forth. And just to discuss this topic, please don't name drop anyone in the comments. We're just having a general discussion because it's not about anyone specifically. But I was telling my friend, like, I've seen crazy comments this year during my hiatus. I've been watching a lot of luxury haul videos, luxury unboxing videos. I've seen crazy comments on people's pages where someone will be like, you know, I've watched your channel when you were shopping at Zara, but now, you know, you only buy really expensive things, and now I feel like I can't relate to you, or I feel like I just can't like connect with you anymore because you just buy really expensive things. It's like, well, the person's life has changed. Their income has gone up because they're making a lot of money from influencing. My friend's not an influencer. She doesn't work in marketing or anything like that. She has a very successful career, and her career has like literally boomed in the past like 18 months ish. You know, she's been doing really, really well at her job. She's being paid more money. She bought the house, she bought the Benz. So there's a similarity there kind of with what luxury fashion influencers are also going through. And this is what I was telling her. And she thought it was so interesting when I was explaining it to her. So I wanted to bring this topic to you guys. Like, why do you think that people don't want people to show their success and be successful? If you are watching someone shop at Zara, and then now they're buying like super expensive bits and bobs from Big H and Big C, why does that make you feel bad about yourself? I'm genuinely curious about this. I swear, guys, I'm not trolling. We've had the discussion about relatability. I don't really want to focus too much on relatability in this video because I've already debated this topic with you. Many of you did make me see relatability from a different prism, if you will, because I've always been that person who doesn't care about relatability. I don't need to relate to you. There are very few people who I relate to who live the same exact lifestyle as me and who had the same upbringing that I had. If I cared about relatability, I wouldn't have anyone to watch. I need to find you interesting. I need to find you genuine and authentic. And I think authenticity matters more than feeling like someone is like you. So I just, when I was talking about this with my friend, and we were debating it as well, but also I was trying to give her advice in her case of how to deal with it. Now I know what you're going to say. She shouldn't pay for them. Everyone should pay for themselves. We're not from a culture where, like, African culture is not like that. In Africa, you support and you help each other. We are a culture of prioritizing the village and the collective over the individual. She's African, so it's relevant to mention this. But at the same time, it doesn't mean that you take advantage of her and you let her pay all the time. Because she was beginning to notice that she'd go out with friends and it would be like 3-4 times in a row. She's the only person paying and no one offers to buy her a drink. And that is not the experience that me and her have when we go out. Obviously she lives here, she lives in Tanzania, so when me and her go out, I will always like offer, and then next time she will offer, and it works out. Like, me and her are not the kind of people where if we go out, in her case a drink, in my case a mocktail, if we go out, we're not the kind of people who are like, you owe me, in our case Tanzanian shillings, you owe me 80,000 Tanzanian shillings and 500 shillings. We're not like that. I'll pick up the tab, she'll pick up the tab, and it works out fine. So I'm just super curious to know, like, what do you guys think about people who watch these luxury influencers? Because I think it's very similar to my friend's situation. Her lifestyle has literally changed. Literally in the past 18 months, 2 years. Her lifestyle has changed a lot, and I think it's made a lot of people feel very uncomfortable. I think a lot of people in her life have felt like, well, she was always here, now she's here, and that makes me feel bad about myself for whatever reason. This kind of reminds me of that old saying that people are only happy for you as long as you don't outdo their perception of themselves. Because I think that's what this is about. The original view was people are only happy for you as long as you don't do better than them. But I think what we should change it to is the perception of themselves. So someone might be happy being your friend. This literally happened to me. Before I got married. There was this one person, she was happy being my friend when I wasn't engaged. The moment he proposed to me, she didn't want to be my friend anymore because she didn't think he was ever going to ask me to marry him. And I'm like, girl, like, really? Is that what we're doing? So you were okay when I was here when he didn't ask me, but the moment he asked me and you knew I was going to have a wedding, you didn't want to be my friend anymore. So I'm curious to know, how do you guys feel about watching influencers who, maybe start off one place and then start buying super expensive things? Do you think that alienates an audience? Do you think that turns off an audience? And are you someone who feels like you need to relate to someone, or do you care more about authenticity? Honestly, I'm an authenticity girl. I am one of those people where I love watching luxury hauls and luxury unboxings, but generally speaking, I don't watch gifted unboxings and PR hauls. Like, once something is like PR and gifted, I'm like, I'd rather watch someone like unbox things that they have purchased with their money, because that to me feels a little bit more authentic. It feels a little bit more genuine. I understand the business part, obviously, because I work in marketing and e-commerce, so I understand gifting and PR and so on and so forth. But I just don't understand why people are upset at people for being successful. You are watching someone's luxury haul. It doesn't cost you anything to watch that video. It doesn't cost you anything to watch a luxury unboxing video. But yet you leave these comments that are so horrible and nasty. Like, this year, I've just been watching people's luxury haul and luxury unboxing videos. And there's so many horrible hate watching comments, and a lot of them are very, very mean and nasty, and they're kind of wrapped up in this kind of nice, nasty tone. I've seen things like, luxury creators or creators in general being told, like, all you do is just unbox really expensive things. Do you give money to charity? Well, what money do you give to charity? I mean, how can you come up on someone's page and ask them if they give money to charity just because they're unboxing, Chanel bags, or they're unboxing Big H and so on and so forth? I don't understand this need to feel like you have to relate to someone and you have to have the same life as them. You all have to be on the same level. It's not possible for everyone to be on the same level career-wise or from a personal perspective. I really need to know where you guys stand on this. Like, what do you guys think of these comments? Because when people post these luxury haul videos, there will always be someone saying, oh, I remember watching your videos when you were like this and this and this, but now I feel like I can't relate to you anymore, so I can't watch your content anymore. So you can't watch the person where they are today just because they can buy really expensive things. I think fashion creators who post really affordable content and then start posting expensive content have to deal with that. If you've always posted expensive content, it's not an issue. I just feel like people are so competitive about, I feel like there's this idea that I don't want people to do better than what I think I should be doing. And then when they see someone unboxing really expensive things, they're like, well, why can't I do that? Well, then go and do it then. I really enjoy watching people's luxury hauls unboxings. I want people to post them because it inspires me to figure out what I want to order for myself. I have to know where you stand. When it pertains to my friend, I told her to keep shining, keep growing. You know, I was telling her eagles are the birds that fly closest to the sun. You know, be an eagle, you know, don't be a crow. The crows are the ones who are having a moan. The eagles are the ones who are flying with their Mercedes. And of course, you know, it didn't make her feel good. That doesn't make you feel good. You're like doing well, and then people are begrudging you for doing well. But then it reminded me of the luxury influencers who are kind of going through those kind of growing pains. I'd love to know where you guys stand on this. Tell me what you think, because it is so fascinating to me that people would watch someone's luxury haul video and then be annoyed that that person is spending a lot of money. It is a luxury haul. What do you expect? Do you expect the person to spend like you? There are people who can drop 10K, 20K, 30K. There are people who can drop 5,000, you know, 2,000, 1,000. People have that kind of money. What are they supposed to do? Hide it so that you feel better about yourselves? I'm not saying all of you, I'm just saying the people who are upset by this content. I think one of the wildest comments I'd ever seen on a luxury creators page this year was on a luxury haul video. And the person was saying, like, you know, people are really struggling, you know, right now. I think the person was in the States, someone else was in the UK, and they were leaving these comments saying, people are really struggling financially in different countries, and you're just posting all these really expensive things. Like, do you not feel like you're kind of out of touch? What should she post? Her not posting her items does not change the fact that there's always going to be inequality. There's always going to be tough stuff. That's a completely different discussion for people with PhDs in economics and so on and so forth. Those are the people who can tell us what we can do about those issues, because those are valid issues. But her not posting her haul, what difference does it make? Let her post her haul. The people who want to watch the haul and enjoy the haul, and people want to get ideas for things to shop in. When I watch hauls, like, I like watching them because I like figuring out, like, maybe what I should buy next, or maybe there's a brand I haven't heard of. Maybe you featured a brand. I watched a haul, someone had like put some Prada. I haven't thought about Prada in a while, excluding their perfumes. So that when it pertains to Prada, I only buy their perfumes. I was like, oh, okay, that's quite a nice thing from Prada, actually. Quite like that. You know, and I looked it up, the item that was purchased by this person. So why does it bother you if people are doing that? And why should all the stresses in the world affect that person's ability to buy things? There's still going to be stress tomorrow. There's still going to be all these crazy things happening in the world, whether the person shows the items or not. You know, and it's the same thing with my friend. I was telling her, because she was saying maybe she shouldn't drive the Benz because the Benz seems to be the triggering. What people seem to be upset with her about is the Mercedes-Benz, the fact that she has a Benz and they don't. She worked so hard for that car. She earned that car. She has every right to drive it. I was so upset at the idea that she needs to hide the Mercedes to make other people feel better and to protect their ego. I said, absolutely not. You worked for that car. That's your car. You have every right to enjoy it. And let me tell you, Mercedes are very expensive to maintain, so she has to work hard, you know? So let me know where you guys stand on this. I don't understand hate watching luxury creators who are posting luxury hauls and luxury unboxings. If it makes you feel bad about yourself, do not watch the content. And don't like leave nasty, horrible hate watching content telling people that they're out of touch. You are the one who's out of touch watching something that upsets you. To the people who watch luxury unboxings and luxury hauls and moan about it, that literally doesn't make any sense. You are the one who's out of touch. If someone has that money, let them spend it. and let them show it if they can. You know, of course, there are some other issues, like maybe someone will be like, hey, how do you maintain this lifestyle? I do think it would be nice for YouTubers and influencers and creators to say, hey, I do this for a living, or I inherited money, or my husband slash boyfriend is generous, blah, blah, blah. That would be nice for people to say, oh, this is my job. But as a general rule, people get so much hate for this stuff. That's why people don't answer the question as well. Because I used to be like, you know, maybe people don't need to say. These days I'm like, no, I think you should say, because they're young women watching, and I think it's important for young women to hear how people are creating and maintaining these lifestyles. But then so many people get so much hate for it as well, particularly if it's like a big lavish haul. There's so much hate because everyone wants to be on the same level as each other. And that's just not how the world works. That doesn't mean that you don't have value. That doesn't mean that you're not an incredible human being just because you can't spend 100K at Big LV every year. It doesn't mean that at all. It just means someone has more money than you. There's always someone who has more than you. There's always someone who has a bigger house than you, a bigger car than you. So, you know, it's not about competing or trying to be relatable. It's about being authentic to yourself. I say leave the people alone who are posting luxury hauls. I live in a country with no luxury stores. I love watching haul videos because then I get ideas of what I'm gonna buy the next time I go to Europe, whether it's Paris or London, or if I have a chance to go to America. The next time I go to New York, I get excited to see what's in American shopping vlogs or shopping haul videos, because then I can be like, oh, okay, I'll buy this when I go there next time. You know, stop trying to ruin it for everyone else and for the rest of us. If you think luxury hauls and luxury unboxings are out of touch and they're not like reflecting society, you're right and you're wrong. They're not out of touch. You're the one who's out of touch. Stop watching things that upset you. But number two, they're not meant to reflect society. Most people can't shop at that level, and that's just how it is. Okay, let me know what you think about this one. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. If you like these chattier videos, you'll let me know what you think. Guys, I have an email newsletter that comes out every Friday. Please go sign up for the email newsletter and subscribe to the channel. Subscribing is really important, you guys, because I would love to have more of you here. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you very soon in my next video.